You are listening to Random Gameplay Pimpin'.
What is going down? What is going down? It is your boy, Studio MacGyver, and you are listening to Random Gameplay Pimpin'. If you are into anime, if you are into nerd culture, and most importantly, if you are into video games, then you come to the right place, man, because we talk about all of that here. And this is episode number 300. I want to welcome everybody. This is a monumentous event for me. 300 episodes, man, it feels great. But what doesn't feel great, guys, is me. I am under the weather. If you can tell, my voice is trash. I'm apologizing in advance. I feel like crap, but I'm still going to put out this show for you guys. It's just been a crazy week for me, man. It's just like when it rains, it pours, man. You know, on top of me getting sick, I had a pinched nerve and it lasted for like 3 days, man. And it was bad. Okay. I couldn't turn to my left. It was just very awkward and it was terrible. And anybody who's ever had a pinched nerve, you know what I'm talking about. And they don't just go away like that. It takes time to gradually just to dissipate, man. And that's what happened here. So on top of that, I got sick and then we got snowed in. I live in Texas, so we had a lot of ice and all of that. So that happened and we couldn't really do anything. We were stuck in the house for damn near a week, basically. So that was happening. Then my daughter had an incident with her car. She decided she wanted to try to go to work that day and got caught out there. Car just completely, flipped around. Not flipped as in over, as in a car wreck. I mean like spinning, my bad. It spun around on the ice and her bumper kind of got messed up. I had to actually pick her up because she was stuck at work. Okay. And it was just all around just terrible. It was a lot of shit. Everything that could have happened, it felt like, and it was just piling on. So that was my week, but there were some bright spots in my week as well. And I'm going to get to that in two shakes of a lamb's tail. There's a lot of stuff going on in February when it comes to video games, guys. And I mean a lot. I'm going to talk about that. I've talked about it last week, but I forgot a game I wanted to mention, and it's really important because of what I've been playing, and I'll get into that as well. But I want to talk about my anime watch list real quick, which is pretty much nothing but Naruto. That's what I've been watching, guys. Not Shippuden, but Naruto. I'm still watching that. And you guys know, my OG listeners know, when it comes to anime, even games, I'm really just going off the cuff. Okay, there is no rhyme or reason to what I play, what I watch. I might start a game on Tuesday and leave it on Wednesday and won't come back to it for another 6 months. That's just how it goes. But it's all good. Naruto has been what I've been watching on my downtime. Other than that, no anime in the building right now. They did delay Nier Automata, so I've been looking forward to that, waiting on that. As far as shows are concerned, I have been, I watched the last episode, well, the current episode now that is available as I'm speaking into this mic, I have not seen, and I'm talking about The Last of Us from HBO, which is a great fucking show. If you guys have not been watching it, I highly recommend you guys check that out. But I watched episode 2, and it was a fucking amazing episode, guys. What I love about The Last of Us on HBO is they're throwing us curveballs, so to speak, or shall I say, giving more emphasis on the backstory of a lot of these characters and really fleshing everybody out, okay? And changing things up as well, because for most of us who are fans of the games, you know, we went into this, I know I did, thinking that I knew every turn, I knew what was going to happen. And they did a great job of making us feel like we were wrong on that aspect, because the second episode alone dove into a character. I can't remember his name, okay? But he's a character you meet, you and Ellie meet when you are, he's basically got the whole city rigged, okay? He's made the whole town his own. He's the only guy there, and he's got booby traps everywhere, okay? All the OG players know what I'm talking about, but this guy's backstory got completely flipped on its ear. I'm not going to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it because, you know, some people may have not seen the show yet, but I will say that it is definitely worth watching the show. And I'm really excited about the next episode because I'm wondering what they're going to do with this one. Like I said, the characters that you think you know or you think you've met in the game, there's changes, there's differences, and then they elaborate on these characters. Like pretty much this whole last episode 2, it was all about that character I'm just describing to you guys, okay? I mean, pretty much 90% of that episode was based on him, okay, and what happened to them and all of that. And like I thought it was genius. I really did. So I'm really excited about this next episode, which I will be watching probably not too long after this podcast. And then I will discuss that, spoiler free, of course, with you guys. And then maybe when the series is over with, I'll go into, you know, a deep dive into this series and, you know, make it a spoiler based, you know, discussion. But right now, I'm not going to spoil anything major for you guys, but I will just tell you, just go watch this shit. Okay, please go check it out. You will not be sorry. Next thing I definitely want to get into are some crazy leaks coming out here in these video game streets. And I'm talking about Dragon Age Dreadwolf. Okay. This new Dragon Age game that they've been working on has actually leaked some gameplay. Apparently there's about 20 minutes of gameplay out there floating out there in the internet. I'm quite sure once it's out there, good luck trying to to get that off of there and scrub that. I'm sure they're working very hard to make that a possibility, but I don't think they're going to succeed on that. Once shit goes online, it just goes online. I've already seen mad videos, and from what I've seen a quick snippet. I'll probably post some of this on my TikTok if you guys want to check out Random Gameplay Pimpin' on TikTok, or maybe even Instagram. I'll try to post something. But yeah, man, there is some video gameplay, and it doesn't look particularly good, but it doesn't look just terrible either. It definitely looks like some early stage stuff. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's what it looked like to me. A lot of people are really salty about what they've seen, claiming that it looks more like a mobile game than anything else. And I will say that the animations are a little stiff. This game is not out yet, so I can't make a judgment on a game that is not out yet. And I also have to say the track record of these guys are pretty good when it comes to their Dragon Age games. So I'm going to have faith in this title until it comes out. So I'm not going to, you know, persecute the game yet, because like I said, this stuff wasn't even meant to come out. Hopefully they're just, you know, videos and images that are in stages of being made, and that's all it is. But we'll see. I have no idea. Who knows, man? This could be a fucking marketing ploy, low key as well. I mean, with today's technology and how things are set up, you know, it's really hard sometimes to believe that this stuff got out. 20 minutes of gameplay got leaked, you know, unless you have a disgruntled worker or something like that. And even then, a lot of companies find ways to spin this stuff into their advantage. So this could be a plant, because now companies are doing this a lot. They're just claiming things were leaked, and they're just to build up controversy and have people come in and become interested. And it could be one of these things too. Who knows? Only time will tell. When the game comes out, like I said, there's no release date info on this game or anything like that. So I'm thinking this game is a little ways off, but we'll know more as time progresses. I mean, that's all I can tell you. But yeah, I just thought it'd be interested. You guys might be interested in that. A little bit of news there. You can definitely check it out if you're curious. You can go just Google it, and I'm sure you'll find out where you can find the video, and you can see for yourself and make your own decisions, But I'm not going to judge the game fully, completely until it's actually released, And then when games like this come out, when they get close, you guys know, most of us know the procedure with these companies and how their marketing teams work. They put out gameplay. They put out a lot of commentary. They put out all this press on the game leading up to its release. So I think, then we can start making some judgments, and then they start putting the game into actual reviewers' hands and all that. As long as they don't pull a Forspoken on us, then I think everything will be cool and we can make our own decisions. Okay. Because there are a lot of stuff, a lot of games coming out, and I may have to put a lot of the games that I told you guys I was going to pick up on the back burner for a little bit, because there are so many games, and I'm looking at my backlog and I've been playing it. And once I get through with this podcast, you'll have a little bit of understanding of why I'm saying this stuff. I just wanted to talk about that quickly and give that information to you guys. Here's some other news, and this is concerning Starfield. Now, Starfield apparently is finished and it is playable, but right now there's still no release date. So that's kind of good news and bad news, I guess. I would say more good news than bad. If the game is finished and is playable right now, then I guess we can safely say they can pick any date that they want. And I'm assuming they're not going to wait to the end of the year. If this information's out now that the game is pretty much done and complete, you would assume that the game would come out the first half of this year. You would assume that, but like I said, we could be wrong. They could be waiting to hold this game in their back pocket and for a major date, and it could be the second half. I don't know. It's at their discretion. I don't know what they're going to do about that, but hopefully we get it this first half. But it is what it is. I'm not tripping because there's so many games coming out in just the month of February, guys. By the time I finish all of these games, not including my backlog, I mean, I'll have plenty of time, okay, to get to those games. I'm just telling you. And like I said, I'm going to talk about a game here that I've been playing, and I can't wait to talk about it because it's so addictive, man. It's so addictive, and I can't wait to dive into it. But yeah, Starfield, hopefully we get a date on that. I'll keep you guys posted on any new information on this, because this is definitely one I'm highly anticipating. And yeah, we're going to get into that. But anyway, let's move on to the next lecture at hand. Let's jump into the February games that are free this month. I wanted to talk about that because there's one that is in that list that I've really been wanting to play. And, I was just waiting for the time. And I knew it was definitely on my list of games to play. As gamers, we have lists. We don't necessarily buy every game. It's almost impossible because of the money. It's very expensive. And even if you did have it, being able to have the time to play everything whenever you want is pretty much, out of reach for most of us, unless you have absolutely nothing else to do and no life at all, period. One of the games on this list is going to go by the Mafia. Okay, Mafia, the definitive edition is going to be on here, February game. So this is the one I'm really looking forward to playing. Heard great things about the game. When it first came out, I said, okay, I'm not going to pay full price for this, but I will play it at a discount price. And hey, this just happens to be a free discount. Okay, Five Finger, or whatever you want to call it. And it's free to download. So this one comes out, these games come out Tuesday. So be looking out for that February 6th for these games. The other games on this list is Destiny version 2, Beyond Light. So I think this is DLC or expansion. I'm not quite sure. I'm not really a big Destiny guy. Played a little bit in my day, but not enough to call myself anywhere close to being, a pro or a fan or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, for you Destiny fans out there, you probably know about this one. And then another game, it's an indie title, but it's a really dope indie title. I haven't had a chance to play it, but I've heard great things, and it's called Ollie Ollie. Okay, this one is also coming out on Tuesday, so check that one out. And then the last game on this list is Evil Dead, the game. So all the Evil Dead game fans, all the Evil Dead fans, period, in general, you can definitely go out, try this game, stick your teeth into it, and all of that. And I love the Evil Dead movies, so I may see what this is. I think this is an online game. I think it's sort of like Left 4 Dead or something. I'm going to check it out. I'm not sure. I'm not really into those Left 4 Dead type of games, but I will definitely see what this game is about because it's free. You might as well, okay? And speaking of games and subscriptions and all these other things, guys, let's talk a little bit about this. There's some news that just came out recently, and Sony has announced that these guys are canceling their PlayStation Plus collection. Yes. If you guys don't know what PlayStation Plus collection is, it's basically a list of like 19 games that if you have a PS5 and you have the PlayStation Plus, if you're paying subscription for that, you get these 19 games free just for having the subscription service or whatever. So I'm not going to list all 19 games, but they're like some of the best selling games out here. Like games like Uncharted 4, Resident Evil 7, God of War, Days Gone, Bloodborne, and Infamous Second Son. These are some games that are in this list here. And there's more, The Last Guardian, and so on and so forth. But there's 19 of these games, and they're all free if you have a PlayStation subscription, okay? A PlayStation Plus subscription. But they've announced that they're going to be pulling these games out. They're going to be canceling this service, or these games, shall I say, on May 9th. So if you don't have this stuff, or if you don't have a PlayStation 5 by May 9th, then you're not going to have access to these games. Now, I'm sure some of these games will be integrated back into the PlayStation Plus, realm, whatever you want to call it. So if you're paying for the subscription, some of these games will probably be in there. And they said that they're going to be adding more games. They're working on some other stuff. So we'll see how that goes, guys, because you don't just have first party games, but you also have third party games in the PlayStation subscription. So definitely, I think it's worth it. I'm paying for it. And it's enough to keep me in there because there's still a lot of games I want to get into, but just haven't gotten time to do it yet, but eventually will. And so a lot of people are salty about this though, man. They don't like, they don't like it, and they think it should, be here to stay. But it is what it is. If you already have a PlayStation 5, what you could do is what I would recommend anybody do is go down that list of 19 games and find the ones you really want to play that you just haven't gotten to yet. And you can actually save those to your playlist. And if you save them to your playlist, you don't have to worry about anything. Even when the subscription or when they remove the games, you'll still have access to these games as long as you include them in your to play list. Okay. So that's all I'm going to do. Go in there, find all the games that I want and haven't played or just love, and stick them on there, and they'll be there forever. So if you don't have a PS5 by May, then you're not going to be able to do that. So I'm just letting you guys know ahead of time. So, it is what it is. Next thing, let's talk about some Resident Evil 4 Remake. There's been some changes to this game, guys. Some changes to Resident Evil. Some for the better, in my opinion, and some not for the better, in my opinion. I'm going to get to one of the things I really hate in video games, man, but I guess it's a necessary evil, depending on what kind of game you're talking about. One of the changes in Resident Evil 4 Remake is Ashley's health bar. If you've played the OG version on the GameCube or any other ones that they've re-released pretty much everywhere now, then you will know that Ashley had a health bar, and it was very annoying dealing with that health bar because it was a whole bunch of extra shit that I felt didn't need to take place, and they're removing that. Okay, so that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So now when she's being carried away, you can easily just go up to whoever's carrying her away, stab them in the neck, and they'll release her, and that's it. Bada boom, bada bing. Okay. If you guys have played the game, you guys know what I'm talking about. But anyway, that's a plus, definitely. Now, here's the thing that I really do not like. Here's the thing that kind of just drives me crazy. And this is the weapon durability. Okay. Leon's knife. Okay. In the other game, he had his knife and he had it with him his whole time. That was his baby. And it was his thing. You know what I mean? In most Resident Evil games, your knife is your go-to weapon. You can always depend on that, at least, if nothing else. And you'd always have some form of offense, right? Well, not this game. This game has a durability meter now. So your knife will not last. Okay. And you have to find new knives. Now, apparently they said that you're going to be able to find multiple knives and put them in your inventory. But that's also a minus, in my opinion, because your inventory is very sacred and you have to keep space there. So if you're trying to, keep essential items in your locker or on your person, you don't want to have 2 or 3 knives in there taking up space when you could have ammo or you could have some spray on you or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, but we'll see how it pans out. I think this is just a minor setback for what we're going to get here in this awesome upcoming game. This remake, I think it's going to be awesome, man. And so awesome that the collector's edition is $250. And if I had $250 laying around, I would definitely do it because I love Leon. He's my favorite Resident Evil character of all time. And It's just not going to happen. And 250 is still a little steep for that. Hey, it is what it is. That is what's up. And let me also add this real quick. Forgot about this. They're adding optional side quests in this game. So you're going to get to do other things outside of the game. There's going to be these blue flyers spread throughout the world. And if you find them, you can basically choose to do what's on that list or not. I'm sure you're going to be able to get some sort of reward or some sort of achievement or something by doing these things. So we'll see how that transpires, definitely. But yeah, man, there's a lot of great things to look forward to when we're talking about Resident Evil 4, the remake. I told you it's one of my most anticipated games. This is my favorite Resident Evil game of all time. Then comes Resident Evil 2, but there's nothing like Resident Evil 4, man. There's nothing like it. And if you haven't played it, I mean, you could play the current version that's out there now. But I mean, March, hey, man, why not? Why not just wait? Why not take a gander at it when it drops this March 24th, man? I can't wait. I'm serious. I'm like a kid in a candy store, man, when it comes to this remake right here. But anyway, that's here nor there. What I want to talk about now is what I've been playing. Okay, what I've been playing, the game that has been taking up all my time with my pinched nerve, with my sickness, all these things is Monster Hunter Rise. Okay, yes. If you guys, my OG listeners know, I've played the shit out of this game on the Nintendo Switch, and I fucking I put about 90 hours in it. And most Monster Hunter vets are looking at 90 hours and they're scoffing at that. Because the diehards are putting up anywhere from 200 to 400 hours sometimes on these games, okay? And after my 90 hours, I still didn't have everything done that I wanted to do. I still didn't get all of the stuff that I was looking for and grinding for. So there's just so much to do in Monster Hunter, man, period. In any Monster Hunter game, there's just a shit ton to do. And it's a lot for newcomers. I mean, if you're a newcomer and you're trying to get into Monster Hunter, there is a little learning curve. But once you get in there and you get familiar with a lot of the things that happen and you can do, then that's when shit gets crazy and gets fun. Okay, and that happened for a friend of mine, Dig. I'm shouting you out, man. And he is fucking addicted to this game. All right. He's probably playing right now. And he's the guy who never stays up. He doesn't stay up overnight often, or he's usually an early rise kind of guy. He's up at like 7 a.m. He's usually asleep by like 9 or 10, something like that. But this last week, man, he's been up riding and dying out here in these Monster Hunter streets till the sun comes up. Okay. And we've been all doing it together. Now I was excited about this game because I played it before on the Switch. And I knew this game was coming out on the Xbox Game Pass. So I jumped at the option to play this because I wanted to see what the game looked like with high-res graphics and 60 frames. And it did not disappoint. The game runs buttery smooth. And I don't think I can go back to Monster Hunter on the Switch. I'm being honest. I mean, if I'm forced to do it, I probably could. But I definitely want to pick it up again and just see how it plays compared to this version. I definitely want to try that out. But yeah, right now I'm enjoying myself, guys. I put in about 40 hours this past week on this game. And like I said, my friend of mine, he got into the game. We first started playing it. I told him about it when I first played it on the Switch. He doesn't have a Switch. And I told him, man, the Switch is the shit, man. Games like this is what make the Switch dope. And I'm still not putting down the Switch version because, like I said, if you're on the Switch, and if you don't have an Xbox or whatever, or another system, you should play Monster Hunter Rise. You should definitely fucking play this. Okay, I'm telling you guys, it's good. It's good at 30 frames, and you know what I mean. And I know it's good at 60 because I put 90 hours in it. So all I'm saying is, try the game if you haven't played it. If you have Game Pass, definitely get it. It's free. There's no excuses. But he started the game out, and at first, I thought, he's not really going to get into it. He's played the other Monster Hunter games, a lot of the other ones, but he just, I don't know, for whatever reason, that first day, he was just like, I'm not sure. And then something happened. He did something. And the next day he was like, okay, now I understand why the game is so good. And he's just hit the ground running. He's been like, he's already finished the game, the story. He's just been like, yo, and he's helping me. It's just been crazy. So he's got his build together now. I've got my build together. I think the build I want to roll with. And then on top of all of this, my 9-year-old son, he downloaded the game. He decided to watch. He just got off punishment. this weekend. But he decided to download it and check it out because he was watching me. He said, "Oh, Dad, can I watch you play it?" Well, okay, you can watch, but you can't play your games. So when he got off punishment, he went and downloaded it, and he's doing his thing out here in these Monster Hunter streets. Okay, he's already at like rank 5. He's helping friends, and he's actually played with us. So since we have 2 Xbox Series S's in the house now, he's in the living room, I'm in the man cave, and we're playing together. He's like, "Dad, can you can you help me on some missions, some quests? I'm trying to farm. I'm trying to whatever." Cool. So the other night, it was my son and it was my boy Dig. We all, in a party, and we all went out on doing a quest. It was a monumental moment. I mean, I kind of felt like, you know what I'm saying? It was crazy. And just because he's 9 years old and he's a kid, he's my son, so I love him unconditionally. But most kids I won't play with. I just don't play with younger players just because they're too young and they can't compose themselves correctly sometimes. So but my son, he held his own. He did his thing. I'm proud of his gameplay skills, man. He's out here doing his thing. So yeah, I was a really proud moment, and we had a blast doing it. And I played last night from like, I don't know, 4 a.m, 3 a.m to like 4 p.m. Okay. On Sunday. So it was like 12 hours. I had a 12-hour run, my last run on this. So, and this is me being sick. This is me, having a pinched nerve and all of this. So I mean, yeah, it's safe to say that this game is very, very addictive, and you can definitely have some fun with this game. So I just highly advise anyone who wants to play this, pick it up, enjoy yourself. And hey, if you have an Xbox Game Pass or you have it on Xbox, you want to play, you want to run some missions, you want to help grind for some things, I can be that guy for you if you want. I think it'd be cool. But anyway, I digress. That's what I've been doing, guys. This has pretty much been my week. Yeah, this has pretty much been it. And speaking of Monster Hunter, while we're on the same subject of Monster Hunter, there has been a game I forgot to mention last week when I was talking about all the February games, and I left this one out, and now I have to bring this up because it's so relevant to the Monster Hunter stuff that I'm talking about. And I'm talking about a game that goes by the name of Wild Hearts. Now, Wild Hearts is the company who's done the Destiny games, the Dynasty Warriors games, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, they've got their own version of a Monster Hunter like game, and the shit looks breathtaking. Okay, it's only available on current gen systems, so PlayStation 5, I think Xbox systems, and PC. But the shit looks awesome. Okay, I'm really interested in seeing how this is gonna turn out. I'm gonna look at a little bit more on this game. I've watched some video, and I'm sure the game comes out this month. The game comes out in a couple weeks, February 17th, man. So with Monster Hunter right here, I mean, you got this in the horizon. So I'm like, yo, okay. Once I get burnt out on Monster Hunter, should I dive into this? A friend of mine said he's already gonna get it. Like I said, from what I've seen already, it looks really good, man. It looks awesome. The company plans to elaborate. They plan to add more content, of course, new monsters, new things, kind of like what Monster Hunter is doing. A lot of weapons look awesome. I've seen this katana that can morph into this whip that looked awesome. I've seen the transportation, the ways you can traverse around here they're amazing. Okay, I've seen this wheel, this guy sitting inside of a wheel and rolling through the land, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this? This is crazy. So I'm gonna dive deeper into it. And I'm sure the closer we get to release, we're going to get more information on it. And you can dive more deeper into this game. So this is looking like a buy for me. Eventually, at some point, I definitely want to see myself playing this. If this is as addicting as this Monster Hunter Rise, then yeah, I could definitely see people diving into this. So, and these Monster Hunter games are very addictive. The only thing that held me back on the other Monster Hunter games, that one thing that I just could not stand, that got just very, very old really quick for me personally, was the traversal, man. Everything on foot, man. You're running around this big land. It takes forever on a map. You're just constantly running around the fucking map. So, that changed for Monster Hunter Rise. They basically said, look, here's transportation now. There's no excuse. And if you don't want transportation, hey, you don't have to take it. You can still keep it like the OG Monster Hunter games, and you can run around and do it that way. And they give you emphasis on that, because there's two different, there's a Palamute, and I I can't remember the name of the other one, but one is a dog, and that's your traversal vehicle. And he or she also fights for you and with you. And there's also they look like little cats, man. Okay. And they help you as well. And they all have different stats. You have healers, you have fighters, you have assists, or the ones who do assists, specialize in assists. You have all kinds of different ones, and you can spec them out in their own armor and their own abilities as you see fit. You can farm them. You can create a whole army of them. You can send them out and collect things for you. It's just so many awesome things. But anyway, if you want to go out with 2 of the cats, you can do that. So maybe you may be gathering, or you may be doing a different type of quest, and you don't need your traveling to fast travel around, wherever. It's just so many things you can do. I mean, I'm going into a tangent here, but definitely check out Monster Hunter Rise. You won't be sorry. And also check out the other game, the Monster Hunter-like game that I talked about. Check out that one as well, Wild Hearts. Give that one a gander, man. Tell me how you guys feel. I'm interested. That could be another sneaky hit in February, coming out of February. So there's so many games. Hogwarts Legacy, you got that. You also have Wanted Dead. You have Atomic Hearts that's coming out on the 21st on Game Pass. That's what I'm saying. All these games I said I was going to buy, I'm just going to hold off on right now because, I had a bad habit of buying shit and sitting it on the shelf. I'm like, why am I buying it now? And I'm not even fucking playing it. You know what I mean? It's a habit of mine. So I'm going to just take a step back and play what I have in front of me until I get done with that, and then move on. Okay. And so, that's what I'm going to do. So even Hogwarts Legacy, as bad as I want to play that, as bad as I want to play it, if I'm still playing Monster Hunter like I've been playing it, I think I'm going to chill. I think I'm going to chill for at least a week or 2 and then get it. But I don't know, because that Hogwarts Legacy looks awesome. It looks. I may take a Monster Hunter break, and like I said, that comes out I think this Friday. So we're gonna see where this stuff goes. If I buy any games, I mean, that's probably gonna be the one that I buy right now, and then I'll focus on everything else in front of me before I move on to buy any other games. Even though I still want to play Wanted Dead, and I still definitely want to play this other Monster Hunter type game. So, you can't play them all. And I don't like jumping from game to game, especially games that have a deep learning curve like Monster Hunter, because once you leave that game alone for a week or 2, your motor skills, you have lost half of them. You forgot half. Like I said, I all the shit that I didn't know, I feel like a fucking newbie playing Monster Hunter Rise again, but I knew this shit like the back of my hand when I was playing on the Switch. That's the crazy thing. And after a few months of playing it, man, most of it just left me. So, that's how it goes with games that are so deep, in everything that you can do. And so I figure, play these games until you're going to hang it up for a while and then move on to another game. Don't jump back and forth on those type of games. So that's what I'm going to probably end up doing, guys. But I'll keep you posted. I will. I do this every Monday, same bad time, same bad channel. So with that being said, I'm going to bow out gracefully. I am feeling quite bad. I'm going to pop some sort of medicine, probably some Excedrin or something like that, and finish this editing up and get that out of the way, guys. It's been a hell of a week. I want to thank you guys for coming out, listening, and showing your love. If you want to go an extra step further, though, you can, and you can extend your love and gratitude. And you can check out all my social media handles, guys. You can check out my TikTok at Random Gameplay Pimpin'. You can check out the YouTube and go subscribe there. Definitely helps out. You can also, if you're a Dragon Ball fan and you fucking love Dragon Ball like I love Dragon Ball, you can go to DragonBallDrip.com and you can buy some merch, and anything you buy will definitely go towards helping out the show. Definitely check out my Dragon Ball TikTok at Dragon Ball Drip. We're doing very well over there, guys. We're growing slowly but surely. I think I'm at like 21,000 likes. I'm at around 600 and some odd followers now. Trying to get to 1,000 by the end of this month. Hopefully I can do that. And, great content there, man, for a lot of different people, just for the love of Dragon Ball. Even some of my own personal handmade content that I've done on there. I think I have like 3 different videos that I did in the Dragon Ball universe that I did. I voiced it. I did all the sound. I did the music. Everything, man, I did. Show your love. And I appreciate you guys for everybody who does do that. And like I said before, there'll be more merch coming soon this year on that Dragon Ball Drip website. And there's also other stuff coming. I have Anime Campfire, which is going to be coming. I'm going to have TikTok. I'm going to have Instagram. I'm going to have a storefront for that as well, guys. So be on the lookout for all of that thing, for all things anime. So yeah, man, it's just a lot of stuff going on right now. I got a move coming up here in the next 6 weeks. So there's a lot on my plate, but I'm going to get this information to you guys because I love you dearly and you all love what I love. So that's why we're here. That's why we're listening. We enjoy a lot of the same shit. So with that being said, now I'm going to leave, guys. I love you guys so much. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for all the listens, downloads, and streams. And I'll see you guys next week, man. Monday morning. Okay? This is your boy, Studio MacGyver, and you have been listening to Random Gameplay Pimpin'. See you next time.